you can't move fast enough. I've got oil deals I'm in the middle of right now because that's like I've got no business being in the middle of oil deals. Just people are freaking out. I don't know where to go. Yeah, I got a big one shaping up right now. Because obviously when everything's broken, my place is going to be as good as anybody's. Except like Ultra Insiders. But I mean most of theirs.
Gary Franchi here reporting from outside of the White House right now. Kicking off the live stream coverage. Waiting for anything and everything to happen at the same time. This is right here what they call the sticks. If you're not familiar with this area, this is where members of the administration will come after doing some live news hits right over here. And we have an opportunity to ask them questions. So we're hoping that we get some of those opportunities today. And as you watch throughout the day, you'll be the first ones to see it, as this is an exclusive live stream just for you guys on YouTube, on Facebook, and on X. So hang out with us, hang out with your fellow Next News viewers. You can go to the YouTube chat, communicate, share, and just wait for something to happen. That's pretty much how it is around here. So expect everything or expect nothing. That's basically how it's been. So a lot of news happening. Of course, you have the Iran conflict occurring overseas, and President Trump active on Truth Social at the moment. Let me see if I can pull up some of the news and information. We have this. Iran war escalating rapidly. Energy attacks spreading. Israel struck Iran's South Pars gas field on March 18th. First targeted attack on Iranian fossil fuel production. Iran retaliated overnight, attacking Qatar LNG facilities, Kuwait oil refineries, UAE gas refineries, and Saudi refineries. Trump claims he did not know about Israel's gas field strike in advance. That was according to a Truth Social post. Pentagon is requesting an extra $200 billion for the Iran war. Oil prices now at 4-year highs. Global energy markets in a state of shock. The war now entering its third week. Major escalation as Iran chokes the Strait of Hormuz. So this is major breaking news right now. President Trump posting on Truth Social, I met with Hope Scheppelman and her husband Stephen of the radical left state of Colorado to discuss various opportunities to serve our country in a different capacity than her current run for the United States Congress. So we have that from Truth Social just a few moments ago. Joe Kent is still making headlines, doing a Tucker Carlson exclusive. Charlie Kirk connection apparently. Kent claims Kirk told him to prevent the Iran war. Dan Bongino, former deputy director of the FBI, going hard on Joe Kent, calling his Tucker interview gross, defending the intel case for Iranian action. Let's see what else we have here. The SAVE Act is heating up as well. So the Joe Kent bombshell FBI investigation, former counterterrorism chief Joe Kent's Tucker Carlson interviews exploding. Claims there was no intelligence showing Iran was near a nuclear bomb. Says Israel drove the decision to attack Iran. FBI is now investigating possible intel leaks. Called out dissenting voices being frozen out. And then mentioned Charlie Kirk told him last summer, stop us from getting into a war with Iran. More on the $200 billion Iranian war price tag. Trump administration floating $200 billion supplemental request to Congress. Pete Hegseth, Secretary of War, quote, takes money to kill bad people. Takes money to kill bad guys. We have a split in the GOP, apparently. Fiscal hawks versus war hawks. Congress hasn't authorized the war. Trump calls it a small price to pay. Could fund military for only 140 more days. Elon Musk versus John Thune in the Save America Act. Musk attacking Thune over voter ID bill. Just donated $5 million to Thune's PAC, and now he's torching him online. Trump says only sick, demented people could vote against it. Lisa Murkowski joined all the Democrats in the opposition. Thune accuses critics of false expectations. On the Fetterman front for the Mullen confirmation, casting the deciding vote for DHS Secretary. Noam out, Mullen in. Reset with border czar Homan. Homan fully supports Mullen nomination. White House AI framework has now been released. 6 guiding principles for AI legislation. Admin working with Congress to pass into law. The angle over on Breitbart is this is a race against China and the left's AI power grab. Looking back at the more White House news, Trump met with Japanese Prime Minister Takashi, joked about Pearl Harbor. We covered that yesterday. Trump says no U.S. troops in Middle East, denies ground deployment reports. Vice President Vance on the resignations. If you can't carry out the president's policies, you have to resign. Iran war intel chiefs testified contradictory claims about nuclear threat. We have this. The AI race with China continues with a left power grab. Google Gemini flags only Republican senators for hate speech, not a single Democrat. And then we have Joe Kent. Coverage has been quite heavy. Gateway Pundit reports Netanyahu backlash, cited historian suggesting evil will overcome good. Going back to Dan Bongino, ripping Joe Kent as cowardly. Defending Iranian intelligence, cites anti-ship missiles, drones, and enriched uranium. Well, the left is saying the Trump administration hurting Israel's brand by blaming them for war decisions. GOP cracks over $200 billion funding, playing up Kent as a whistleblower. That's over on CNN. Over on the New York Times, FBI investigating Kent for leaks. Do Democrats really want to be populist? Illinois Senate primary, Juliana Stratton wins. Pritzker backed. And video recirculating about Chuck Schumer. Old video resurfacing where he argued for voter ID. So that's basically the latest in the news front right now. So we're going to get at it. We'll be publishing more content about this throughout the day. So you're with us at the Sticks right here in Washington, D.C., right outside the West Wing. And we'll bring you the news as it happens. You can see the White House behind me. It's going to be a beautiful day, apparently. Weather looks like it's going to hit about 70 degrees later in the day. Beautiful, clear blue skies. Little chilly this morning, but that's to be expected. Now the sun is up, warming things up. Not as bad as earlier in the week when it was bitter cold. Fingers freezing. Chad Levroe behind the camera today. He'll be monitoring the Sticks for us. And we'll be monitoring the news. So stay tuned to the next news network. You're watching it all happen here at the White House Live.
Well, it's
Nice
warming
out.
up now.
Get my tan on.
You'll be coming out that jacket soon. I mean, this is not bad right now. I'm sure it was this morning.
Yeah, it was pretty.
Yeah.
It's getting better.
Road. Looking out. I like that, man. Good job. All right, Chad, I'll talk to you.
What's the latest? Any news?
I
Nothing.
think they're all outside.
Cool.
I would expect there to be a lot more news today.
Yeah. There is, just not right here.
Exactly.
operational level is the next level. So the coordination, it's coming back like a circle. So everything you've asked the military is fantastic. But politics, so the next level of strategy, we send the army. What is our fourth level, top level, is geopolitics. That's not at all. That's country to country. You're saying like, hey, I'm going to talk to the Iranians and see if they can get us the free out of here.
Merci à vous en tout cas. Désolé pour le 4 tiers de
I don't know how.
Bonne journée à vous, enfin bonne soirée plutôt.
There's another problem. Which I texted you. There are 9 principles of U.S. military science. As you know, the 6th principle
Est-ce que ça te dérange? Ouais, je sais pas. Est-ce que ça te dérange? Est-ce que ça te fait un peu de À tout de suite. Merci beaucoup.
Zips or Ritz? Okay. After World War II, all of the soldiers, that's why you're paying like 8, 25, 7 kids in different places on games. So the leading vocals are still like powerful, right? It's a huge chunk of the population. And so they've been making comments about how much they hate black people. And he said that to me. Just said that was posed. And he said that to me. And then he said, and I said, well, that's great. He said, hey, so this is your last look at your dad. Because of the archery. How much?
Gabbiano quella, invocare da meglio
اگر کرد بیتونومی در سویان کنه و صفر صدقی کرد زمین بسیار كان أو سفر حاشية يقول يكسرنا في قدرات كذا كان سوي وران داريارة يعني هنا تنطلع هموش هاوکاری دەکەن دەبنەوە ها بەس مشکلەکە چییە؟ ئەوە زۆر جێسیکەنیە ئەگەر تێکەڵی لا بخوا ترى في جلواني لو حد يرانا Washington, lay out the strings of their guns. كم تلفون بوكا ناتوانم بسەکەم ئێستا لە وتم هەموو کەس وایە
Christine.
This is called Pebble There we are. And we'll see tonight. We'll see tonight. That's a good surprise. Also, another one over there.
There was one right above the line, which is the chiller plant, right?
It is pretty wild. They're never going to wait. Next time y'all come, they're not doing ministry there. You're like the children. Middle level right there. زور احترامي قلت ما زور مكتوب وين اول طلع برام دير فيه ئەوانە ئەگەر بزانن کوڕەکەکە ئەگەر تۆ نەزانی چێ دەبی کوڕێکیشی لەگەڵ بنایی هونەرە لە کاری بس كان قاعد يعني مثلا هم خرجان ما تبغوا نوروز وانا جاي لحد دعوة أوان يا سيدي مثلا كم بعد هذا ما تدعى ما تبدو لا تعمل باشا مريت إذا خمسان آخر إنزار باهيني بس لبيرم ليه دقيقة نفسه مليون نفسه وجب براي من يستا حتى عشر كيلو Yeah. Yeah.
I would get that. I was like, Wilbur, but I was like, should we throw on
What?
but I'm going to. Yeah, actually, I was gonna ask.
Oui, effectivement, Donald Trump qui se satisfait encore une fois du niveau de travail réalisé par l'armée américaine. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Just trying to figure out why. Like,
Also, it's pretty like ideal weather, I'd say.
use
Just like,
a
yeah.
I think we're gonna figure it out.
But yeah,
I Well, I think the tenant is Anyways, they ordered Alright.
Well, I have a cousin. I have a cousin.
I don't think so. Look at schedule a call.
Well, literally, this is like we figured it out. It's almost exact like 2 months.
I'm guessing the food's here? Food's here?
Yeah, I'll just know where it Yeah, no, there's one right next to my
It's just wild. That's how we got to be friends.
No.
And I saw him.
Yeah, I know.
I don't like how old he
Yeah, I think
Oh, buddy, start too.
if you don't want chicken, there's that salmon too. Yeah, the chicken was good. Not really crispy. What are you trying to happen to? Email to Alright, I have to go real quick. Is that a shake?
Yeah. Who's mixing here?
Don't sit there.
No, I'm
You're
not.
gonna,
I'm gonna go to my tent.
There we go. And I couldn't spend it multiple years.
Baseball.
football season was pretty up here. What's your son doing?
Regular season.
I don't know how to even contact Terrence. Yeah, that's what I was gonna do, but he wants me to like personally contact him. Okay. Thanks, Will.
Better run. What happened to that?
Yeah. Very true. Very true. No, I get that. Well, you should talk to Tim because Tim's the one who knows the guy that has all the cars. Yeah. Yeah, I've got, and I promised Daddy I'd try to help him. Okay. Nice. See, you need 2 tires for the car. Alright, I can. You know, I can try to collect a little bit from Gary. Yeah, I've had to cover a couple of things. So, what's that? Oh, the guy that ended up passing out. We're just trying to use their businesses. Yeah. Totally. He didn't like it though. Yeah, so.
crash outs. Everyone gets them, but
hopefully more than 3 days. But yeah, I mean, like, I'll be potentially getting out very quickly. Oh, the venture cards? Is that what they are now? Oh, wow.
So how did it go?
it's good. I mean, nothing really happened.
Oh, that's how some of the weeks are. Like I know when I did it the first time, I really almost got nothing the first showing up.
Yeah.
Like one phone call. The second time, the first day was slow. Like everything's dead. Well, our Wednesday was yesterday
So that's it.
with press release. That's when her and Carol spat.
So you got all that.
The guy that record and everything.
Yeah,
So when he called back,
yesterday
I got a-
TJ was like, I'll text you when she's
call.
coming. And then he never texted
But,
me. And then Albert was like, she's walking away now. So I was like running to, I got like 2 seconds.
Yeah, that good. They from it's too.
But she shot a little something.
I'll send you.
Like, because she didn't watch it. So she can have it.
I will again.
The word you end up using the 6 or
Sometimes we get back. Usually
I
that.
like this.
No, we'll make it. I'll get on that.
So how many 6s?
I think it's at least 6 of them, but I'm pretty sure that people kind of hold it. I think it's a couple I normally see sitting in there, but it seems like the majority of the pool is like people just grab and use all of them.
Great.
So I'm not sure how many kind of stay.
Well, somebody from like, I forgot their name, Ish, messaged me.
producer guy?
Yeah, he's like,
No, not right now.
no, but I think they took it today, because I returned it last night.
Oh,
I didn't.
we need like I really don't understand why. Just why. I think now probably most of people like
So why did they buy like the 3 and the 9? Why not just buy all
they didn't
6?
buy any nines.
Oh,
The nines are kind of old. They don't even sell that anymore. I don't think.
so which one's the newest one?
The 6. Well, the 3A. So we have 3s. There's a new version of the 3 called the 3A. I don't know if you can do it outwardly.
So why they buy the 3 versus 6?
3 because I think it's cheaper. It's kind of different use. Like a lot of times, like let's say we're shooting like a multiple camera sit down.
Yeah, looks like people are like chasing with it.
Also chases with it.
Fighter.
Yeah, I mean, I chase with a Z90. You know, I think like Eddie chases with a 6. A lot of people chase with a 6. Yeah.
They do.
So a lot of people are chasing
I
with
mean,
a
the
6.
6 is lighter, but it's not like that much.
I mean, if I'm Eddie, I would chase with a 6 because I don't want to put my whole career on like. And then you have to, you want to keep that, you know, you want to be like, all I know is this 280.
Get fired.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah, that's true.
so
Because they're not, people in production are hired.
to use a 280. So,
It's either that or
right. So to me, like, I get to use my 60. I chose to make 6. But like I said, if I was in any situation where that's mostly what I do, then I would. Or I would try to maybe. He had a 3 up there, so I guess it's good. Maybe chase with a 3 sometimes.
which lens do
So if I'm going to, if I'm moving around, like the lens that is sitting on my camera right now, like pull out of the car, it's the servo lens they have.
Yeah.
So that's
I think
my.
that's the one I did. It was like F4.
It's a 4, yeah. But it's the most like an E&G lens. So it's kind of like I leave it sitting in that fashion. So if I need to pull it out the car and just go shoot it, then I have zoom lens, like I can operate it almost like a picture. But then like if I'm doing the sit down, I can like 85 prime lens, so it doesn't zoom or anything. But that lens is really fast, like it's like 1.4.
Fast in terms of.
So what fast means is like, so the zoom lens you had is a 4, so like your shallow depth of field is a little limited. So like the lower that number, the more I can shorten that depth of field. So like the 85 is like I said, 4. I mean at 1.4 your eyes are in focus, your ear may not be.
Yeah.
So that's like too far, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna be running like 2.4 or something like that. So between that and the 7200 is mostly what we're using. This is 7200. So you can see what Peter hates the shallow depth of field, but it's like that camera gives you full control. Like you can get it or you can take a break, just what your iris is. So like what I always tell people, the way I use it is I set the iris for the look that I'm going for, and I adjust the light. It's variable. But like on this camera, you set the light coming into the camera with the iris.
Yeah, adult was telling me about that. It just rolls on and just sets the eyes. Trouble like breaking down. Should I detail?
Yeah, I mean, I don't take mine apart at all. So like my bag, I got a big bag. A couple of us got big bags. I knew that I hate how some of the pool cameras, like I don't know what kind of bag can do that.
It was a very small one.
Yeah, so like you have to take it apart. I think that's not a good idea. I don't want to build it every time. I can't just yank it out the back of my car if I drive past something happen. Yeah, and then like I just don't think it's good for the camera to be taking that shit apart all the time. You know, so mine stays together and then I take it apart if I try. You know, so like if I go somewhere, I'll take it apart and put it in like my roller bag. And then pack like extension cords and different things in my big camera bag. Once I get down there, I'll put it back together. And then now it's in that big camera bag. It's time to go home. You know, and that way I'm not taking it apart every day. I have a place to put it. Too far. Because I started doing that with the EMG camera. I used to take my EMG camera apart. I would put the body in my backpack, and then the lens and all the other stuff I would put in my roller bag that had my batteries and stuff. And then I would take that big bag and put extension cables, my travel inverter, just different stuff I needed. Maybe another pair of shoes and all that. But once I got down there, that stuff is like, I kind of repurpose where that goes. And then now I have a bag to put my camera in.
I used to strap it in the front seat.
Yeah, well that's what and I had no bag and I was like,
Yeah, sometimes I just.
so I kind of changed how I did that, but Mark kind of bought those.
Yeah.
I was like, Mark, this bag that you're buying doesn't have to be a travel bag. It doesn't have to fit. This bag just needs to hold the camera. And I thought that it should hold the camera and not take it apart. Because some people take it apart more than other people. So if you haven't dealt with it, when you open it up, it's in 1,000 pieces. You don't know if everything's there. You really don't know what you need yet.
Yeah, I felt bad. I was like, I don't take this easy.
So I think people, if you had, like I don't know if you've seen the bigger black bags that are down there, like they're still not the best bag, but at least the camera is still together. It won't fit over there. Eventually, I kind of bounced. Like, how many times are we traveling with the camera yet? Like,
But I was up there for like, I was stuck for like.
I just felt like it should be two separate things. That camera built, people can come in, pick it up, screw around.
It's a good travel bag.
fantastic. You know my buddy Tyler Smith.
But they're fun cameras. I feel like
Yeah, I enjoy using
I'm the one who hires Tyler.
yeah.
I was at one of their grades. I'm not at one of their.
I mean, even for live shots,
like, I still like this job.
right? He's like, oh yeah. Even for live shots, like
Oh yes, yes. Wonderful now.
for live shots,
Go to the airport.
you hit the man. This camera makes it look like that's what you're doing. Because it has a different feel to the image, and then being able to control, like, it makes your talent pop because you can control how much of that background you really want to see. Right? Sometimes you gotta really suck it back, and then you can kind of wipe it away a little bit, you know. Or you might, like for me, there's words behind me. I want to be able to read words, you know. So come up with your own data point. Otherwise, it's very close. I mean, the engine's the same. It's not far away from using it.
I should say it was less complicated.
Yeah, Harlan was kind of sicing it a little.
Yeah, he was like making me. He's like, I have to get ready about it. I think I'll be
He's somebody who, I mean, he's right about some of the stuff he's saying. It's just when you pile it all up, it makes the whole thing sound terrible. And you know, he probably
I was
has a
nervous.
negative perspective on things.
Oh.
You know, he's glass half empty guy. You know,
I mean, the rodent seemed complicated because he was also having trouble aligning that. I mean, I'm sure there, like, I can take it, find a YouTube video, figure it out. There's so much resources. We're not doing like rocket science.
once you balance that thing a couple times, I gotta balance it left to right, I gotta balance this way. And basically, the first thing I do is left to right, so it at least sits flat, and then front to back. I kind of do those in tandem. I guess front to back first, and now physically, like, I normally lock it. So I open it up and lock it. Put the camera, unlock the swing, and then just move the camera front to back until it sits like this. Then I'll lock that, and then I'll let go, and I see if it's, unlock the one that makes it go this way. And then once I get that in the middle, and that's just sliding the little back piece. Once it's sitting like that, it's like, okay, and the last thing you have to do is you want to be able to, where it sits this way, you want to be able to turn it where it's facing straight up, and it should stay there too. And if it doesn't, the only other adjustment is up and down on the side. So you move that carriage up or down. And then once that will sit straight up, then you just straight up, put it straight. Does it stay there? Does it go left and right? It doesn't? All right, it's cool. And you just really, after you do it a couple times, it's like, oh, it's simple. People talk about run the calibration on it. No, you don't have to do all that shit. Right? The calibration is not going to help if you didn't balance it right. Those three physical points of where you need to balance it. Once you do that, I don't know why.
Yeah, you make it sound easy. It's hard.
If you want to go over it one day,
Put it on your goals.
and then like eventually you'll start to work with the light, where am I placing the light, where I place it, what is that going to do to my balance? You place the light, well, you balance the whole thing, and then you go to put your wireless on it. It's like, nah, that should have already been on there, because it doesn't take much weight to kind of change the balance.
I heard that little DJI. Because I was watching it with I don't know, some video came up. It's like, the Osmo, and then like.
I think the Osmo is very simple. It's like a split screen.
Yeah. Like you're getting close to the Osmo.
Well,
You're saying German.
the downside of the Osmo, like I had the first Osmo in my old job. It's great. The picture was great. I'm sure it's even better now. The downside is like let's say you wanted to give her a walk. Right? You're not going live. Don't worry about nothing. But if you want to be able to see
What's going on? Hanging in there, man.
It's a bad day.
Yeah.
Which one of the three is probably going to look a little bit better. But I don't think anybody would complain about the Osmo image. There's a way to do it, but you're going to have to add some other parts. The USB-C or HDMI. So I put this stuff up. I figured it out. So you can, you have to put some other stuff to it. But like, let's say on the 3, you're sitting here and she's about to walk in, and it's like, oh, it's a little hot, right? The screen's a little, even though that small screen is still bigger than the small screen of the Osmo. So it's like, when I need to adjust my ISO or, adjust like how much light is hitting her, how quickly can I do that?
I don't want to be like carrying up the phone.
Yeah. So, the 3, put that variable density in there and just adjust it just like that. I haven't used the new Osmo, so it may be a simple adjustment. I know the old one, it used to be on the screen. You had to go into the screen. So like, if I'm shooting already, like it's not easy. Like when you're trying to do something on the screen, that's not as easy as hitting a physical button, or a physical knob. It kind of allows you to quickly make the adjustment before the damn shot is on.
Okay, sir, thank you. You guys take it off, or is this it for the day now?
Well, now we go to our other
We go back to work.
Oh, you guys are you on the social aid team?
Yes, yeah.
All right, so now you actually have to work some
So collateral and work.
I know, but not a bad little.
If I was shooting more stories,
Oh my
I
God,
would
good
want
to see
one.
you. How are you?
Instead of loading the 3 up on the.
Did you?
Let's say we just
I
need
already
a
emailed
B-roll
that
shot
shot.
if somebody wants it. Let's go. It's perfect.
I'll do it.
That thing can't cost more than like nowadays it'd be $60. When we first got them, they were down like $200.
I just told him I've got to give
Which to me, that's throwaway money. Everybody should 600 because DJI might take it about too.
Yeah. Well, it's been a couple of years. Right. Yeah, I'll talk to you later. Good to see you. Thank you. Hey, how are you?
I was like, how much
Is that your washing?
I've never seen.
It could be.
I got 2 more last week.
Well, the funny thing is, I never keep track. Now I will.
There's so many settings and all this stuff that somebody goes and they mess with the settings and stuff. Most don't. That always happens.
I use one of those Instax 360. That was fun.
Oh, that worked out nicely.
But it was my friend's. The front lens was completely scratched. I was like,
Oh no.
you need a. That little sucker hit it. Giant.
Thought about getting one of those to put on my car when I go to the racetrack. Just put it on like a lot of people, they mount them on the trunk and stuff so when you're watching it's damn near like watching a video game. $70 It was pretty quick because I guess the easiest way to say it, like quarter mile time won't mean anything. It does 0 to 130 in 10 seconds. It's pretty
I dated a guy who raced. This is like
This is not
over
what the
15
fuck out
over 15 years.
Not get
Are you
tuna.
sure this is yeah?
Somebody tuna because this is tuna fish. I got the same thing you got, but in the sandwich. Tuna. Tuna like raw tuna.
Oh, not the sauce.
Tuna fish. It's fine. The places don't label the stuff properly. I'm sure somebody has it, so it's probably too late to be like, hey, you know, did anybody order tuna? I'm gonna go check. They probably already ate it. I don't know.
Ça marchait très bien ce matin. Ce matin, ça marchait très bien. Ça a marché hier toute la journée. Donc, je sais plus quoi dire. C'est vraiment très agréable.
I'm just gonna get some juice. All right.
Yeah, good to see you. El presidente de Colombia, Gustavo Petro, declina el comentario. La Casa Blanca no se va a referir a esta investigación.
No luck. It's okay. I mean, I like tuna fish too. It's not my preferred, but you know, it's like if you don't like raw fish, then if you get my sandwich, it's gonna be like I'm not eating this at all. That's why I hate like when we order here. Every time it gets fucked up. At some point, it's coming around to you, right? I've been lucky for a while.
I feel like I've been pretty. Just have to get there before it's
Bring hand it out. Because when things start kind of getting a little squirrely, that's when you just lose out. Let them see this shit right here. This robot. They'll be like, all right, come in, set up the stakeout. Nobody will be there.
The guy still comes here. Just set it up.
Yeah, they'll have it set it up and then go inside, do other shit, put it on this big ass battery. I mean,
Nice backpack.
you could mount that thing right on there. You can use the tripod.
Nice backpack.
Yeah.
Lunchbox.
I bet you that's like a one-man thing. You come, you set the shit on the floor, pick that pole up, you go on your phone, line up the shop. Weirdo. Inside, doing some report, talking about
I'm Gary Franchi reporting from just outside the White House in Washington, where Democrats have hit a new low while they fight tooth and nail to protect illegal immigrants from deportation. American workers are literally going hungry. TSA agents, the people who are keeping your flight safe, are now lining up at food banks because Democrats have said fund the Department of Homeland Security. This is what it look like, America. Let me be clear. The Democrats in Congress are trying for DHS. Why? Because they refuse to let President Trump enforce our immigration law.
That's what you're
They refuse to fund ICE. They refuse to let this administration remove dangerous criminals from our streets. Who pays the price? Not the politicians in their fancy offices, not Hakeem Jeffries with his taxpayer-funded salary. No. It's the hard-working TSA officers who show up every single day to keep you safe when you fly. It's a CBP officer protecting our borders. These are federal employees with families with different bills to pay, and right now, You're not getting paychecks. You're standing in food bank lines while Democrats grandstand about their so-called home. This is hostage taking, and you are the hostage. And, you know, speaking of people who have struggles and not real solutions to years, and why struggles with chronic pain and anxiety, endless appointments, little relief, heartbreaking is large. Then we discovered red light therapy through John Giannato, everything changed. Pain ease, anxiety lifted, and she finally sleeps and feels like herself. That's all strong and it's backed by NASA research, FDA cleared, and it supports pain relief, inflammation reduction, and recovery. Our setup includes powerful proven weight loss for real results at home. Skipping expensive clinic visits to invest in your health. Check out myredlight.com. But you can trust our savings today. Let me show you just how bad the situation has gotten. Because there's no one about to show you. Should make your blood
Man,
boil.
that's not true. You know,
First country or your CSA workers going without pay, travelers stuck in lines for hours, and Democrat leaders blaming everyone but the White House rapid response team.
Well, yeah, I was dating a guy.
About Democrat priorities. See, pay attention. It is posted. It's from the International Food Bank. American airport. Not for homeless people, not for disaster victims, for federal employees who haven't been paid in weeks. 250 boxes of food delivered at 7 in the morning for TSA and CBP officers.
So my bracing is just straight line.
Help will be provided as long as it's needed. So as long as it's needed. These workers shouldn't need food bank assistance for jobs. They show up every day to protect American citizens because Democrats won't fund DHS because they'd rather protect illegal immigrants than American workers. Patriots are accepting charity just to feed their families.
So that's not my part. I like racing. I like motorsports.
Check out what travelers
I'll watch.
It is absolutely
motorcycle racing.
Watch this traveler at the
Mud bog,
travel
right?
arrived 3 hours early for my flight. I'm not even sure she's going to
I don't
to what she has to say to Congress. This is a real American dealing with real consequences.
Do you have a
Democrat
life?
destruction.
Somebody riding one.
The woman said it perfectly. Get a grip. We're the ones suffering for this. She got there 3 hours early. She was still an hour and a half in front of the line.
Because the racetrack, like you have your car, and then like the track is still big, like so everybody has like a little track bike. I was just using my old street bike, my track bike.
Stress levels through the roof.
But now
what exactly who is responsible. Now here's what gets interesting. The Senate just took action while regular Americans wait in endless lines. It's just been skipping right past TSA. Members of Congress, that's right, the same politicians.
Yeah, my boyfriend has one.
I've been using fast-track privileges to avoid the chaos they created. Well, the Senate just said
rules like
enough
not to
is
drive on
enough.
the highway.
Watch this.
To go anywhere from here, you go on 50.
They don't want to drive on the highway?
No special treatment.
Like
No
it's
more
just embarrassed.
fast-track privileges for politicians while you
No, he's had it
in
since
line to stretch for hours.
like 5
The Senate passing the bill banning members of Congress from skipping TSA lines. It's about time. Hakeem Jeffries wants to shut down DHS, and Hakeem
I
Jeffries
felt like the
wait in
highway
line
is not
with everybody
terrible.
else.
I feel like
Well, thinking law, right,
President
President
Trump?
Speaking of Jeffries, wait until you hear this excuse for all of this.
I think traffic is worse
One
than the highway.
report, caught up with House
Just being in
Minority
traffic
Leader
in general
He asked this point blank, what's the
versus the
message
highway.
to workers going without paychecks?
Like one of the
He said
best
it is
rides.
absolutely delusional.
Motorcycle.
He actually tries to blame
Just to ride out to Shenandoah and ride to the
party holds the
mountains.
entire Department of Homeland Security hostage. Now listen
It's like
to this
then you can
guard.
ride, get the nice lean without, you're not even going fast. It's just a
Did you
proper
catch that?
turn and
By
allow you
enforcing our
to the
immigration laws,
turn.
violent mass deportation.
We were down in
They accused ICE of
came with me
brutalizing
to
American citizens.
one of the weekends.
It's insane.
We rented
He's
a bike
defending
and
illegal
just like
immigrants
nice
while
ride
American
down.
TSA workers feed their families.
It's like
And then
next
he
to
has
the
the audacity
beach.
to say Republicans
No
are creating
traffic.
chaos.
A million lights.
Your party is blocking the country. Your party chose illegal
I used to
immigrants
ride a
over
lot.
American workers.
It kind of
Rejection is unbelievable.
slowed up
Now,
riding
tie all
because
this
like
together. Here's the
people I was riding
right
with,
here from Washington.
they have a sport
Democrats
bike.
have made
So
their
people I
choice.
was
and
riding
it's not
with, they
good.
just started like,
Food banks and
we're gonna
airports
go make
federal workers.
the Baltimore run.
Travelers waiting hours, missing flights, dealing with
So what that means is we're going to drive to Baltimore at 120 miles an hour.
Dropping my job.
election. Because I'm always like, all right, I'm not running because like I look at it like this. You run for stars, get away, you crash, or you get caught. So a 33% chance, right? If I pull over, it's 50-50 to whether I'm fucked or not. And neither one of those risks will work. Certainly not trying to make it to Baltimore in 15 minutes.
If that was the goal,
You just like hit 295 and it would be late. I mean, to be honest, it would be late, so it wouldn't be many cars out. But you only need one. And people get so nervous around motorcycles. A lot of times, even if you see somebody on a bike and they're like, you're like, oh, he's way reckless. In reality, that motorcycle is like driving a Lamborghini, so it has more control and stability than you could ever believe. And it's only 6 feet long, so like if you're driving a car, it's damn near 20 feet long. What you think that guy is doing, you're perceiving something totally different. You're more than double the size of him. You're like 3 times the length. What is that?
all in one.
I bet you it's a one-man band rig. It's a battery.
I mean,
Yeah.
no way, like, go crazy.
Let's not. Because then this stakeout will turn
It's a
into
robo
that.
cam too.
You know, at the end of the day, someone else has to be controlling that.
Oh, this is station problem.
He was doing a live show.
Are you still on pay vision?
No one has answered that. Also, what are we doing later at the
Coming out there by yourself, but
I'm breaking this down at like 2 or whatever.
yeah,
What time is it?
I do wireless.
Stick. I have like that one.
Okay, put it on there. Just have it available. You're just going to get in the middle of the line. Wait, not close to the middle there, but have the turtle stand here, pot up high, and just like anywhere on that line, you're high, just right.
What do I do with my this one?
So she's not going to be, because when they said this, here's what I was envisioning. We got a camera kind of close to the residence, and we got one at the corner. And I was there that day, it got crazy. He came, and then he made a right turn. So she's not just going to be where that right turn is. Because it seems like you would only...
I should be done by 5 minutes.
Well, I'm thinking like, so the helicopter's here. I'm thinking about this line.
When you're done eating, let's get everybody together and we'll come up with a good strategy.
Yeah, we need a pennant.
Yeah, so everybody has
I don't know if that makes sense, but what happened that day? Started turn. So say this is the White House. This is the one line. Helicopters here. This is the other line. So we normally have a camera here and here, right? So he started here and slowly walked this way, ended up here, and then went like this. So now this person didn't have shit either. So you being right here, I don't see where that helps. I feel like you need to be, you're only in case he gets down here. So it'll be like we're here, here, and here.
Yeah, because are going to cover the phone.
Yeah, because if he's going from here to here, that whole line is covered. What we need covered is this line. So that means between this camera,
Like right here, the line right here.
yeah, the back line where the helicopter's here.
Yeah.
This back line this was the dead zone. This camera eventually couldn't see. They couldn't get shit.
That makes sense.
So if you're set up here, I don't see how that gets you a shot. Because who knows who's on
Yeah,
ladders?
because I'm
and all
just
kinds
like
of-
a background.
Right. Now, I don't know how audio, except for like possibly tuning into the frequency of this camera, and then you got your other mic, right? Because this person, they're going to be stuck. If he turns here, the crowd has already smashed him. If anything, this audio person would probably be the first person we could release. Because what we did, we got up, ran over, and now the audio is in the air instead of under. So like if you had your mic plus this audio person's mic, he gets here and turns, they're going to be with him for a while. But once he gets to a point that they're not with him, that audio person can't move. But this person might be able to get up and come over.
And I just hand my mic to whoever runs over.
This audio person can get up. We have wireless audio from them. And they go over here. So you know, your receiver can be on the same channel as the Cuts camera receiver or whoever is there in that location, and then you're picking up their audio and that photographer's picking up that audio. It's just like a radio station. Everybody can pick it up, right? So if it ends up all the way over here, I don't know, I feel like. Hello? Hey, what's going on? No. No. The garage, we're putting it as far as we're putting at that line where they said you should go right down to the field line.
You made it. You did it.
Yeah. So the line that they okayed for the fence is at that line because that's what I was talking about. Yeah. I think, why do you think I said that I'm talking
Hola Karina, ¿qué tal? Los saludo desde la Casa Blanca. Pues mucha atención porque ante el Senado de los Estados Unidos, dice el general Francis Donovan, nada más y nada menos, la cabeza del Comando Sur de los Estados Unidos, es que no hay planes por ahora, de una intervención militar en Cuba. Lo que se ha confirmado son diálogos entre Ernesto Toma con otro enviado del Departamento de Estado y la principal cuidador de Raúl Castro, pero la declaración de Donovan era, por supuesto, sorpresa. Miren ustedes, el intercambio que ha tenido incluso con miembros del Partido Demócrata que han cuestionado ante las sombras de duda de una intervención militar en la isla. Donovan fue claro entonces que no hay ensayos, no existe tal preparación para el momento en La Habana. Pero el otro fondo de la Casa Blanca es Colombia. El presidente Gustavo Petro, que recordemos ha mantenido una relación volátil con el presidente Trump, estaría bajo investigación criminal por parte de al menos dos oficinas de fiscalías federales de los Estados Unidos. Se habla de Brooklyn y de la Florida. Por ahora hemos consultado directamente con la Casa Blanca, no se van a referir al tema, pero lo más importante sobre este tema es que es por posibilidad de financiamiento o relación con narcotraficantes. Ese es el foco de esta investigación que está iniciando, repito, en la Florida. Miembro del presidente Gustavo Petro, quien ha sido señalado el presidente Trump como líder del narcotráfico. Luego, un cambio de tono, se reunieron en el despacho Oval y entonces ya el presidente Trump empezó a decir que era un honor recibirlo, pero por supuesto instrucciones pidiéndole al presidente de Colombia Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So why would they let me put a fence there? The building is 8. Hola Karina, ¿qué tal? Los saludo desde la Casa Blanca. Pues el general Francis Donovan, comandante del Comando Sur de los Estados Unidos, ha negado que vaya a haber una intervención militar por ahora, es muy importante aclararlo, en la isla. Es decir, no se está ensayando una operación como la que hizo, por ejemplo, en Venezuela. Lo que ha dicho el general Donovan es que en todo caso sí se va a preservar la defensa de la sociedad.
I mean, I get it, but I thought that where he said that the fence would go, I was out there.
Los demócratas fueron muy resistentes a las sombras de duda que se Donovan dijo que haya
Like you said, you don't talk too much about that. I wonder why they would even want that If you remember when they like when the sun was up, and the guy came and said that people like the line that we're talking about, I said, yeah, that's beautiful. So, but she's saying that was only for 15
Ahora mismo
not going to be in town.
I'm so sorry. Can I use this chat for?
I don't know.
On the way. I'm not saying it's his fault. I'm saying he didn't really get what he needed to do. But I can't do it Tuesday because I'm going to be out of town. So it's like, how do you just set an appointment without contacting the patient? What time is that appointment? Well, we have to leave by 9:30. You need to ask him. We just have to spend the night at his house. And then, we'll talk to him also about taking him to his house. I guess that doesn't really help.
Yeah, loud and clear. How you doing, man? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
This would have been really nice the first day.
Loud and clear. Where are you? Are you in our studio? Fantastic. Very well. You've done some of our first game spec. actually amazing. Sophia! I know. Yeah, it's going to be a little later. The problem is running there's a bad wind or snow or rain. So we have calm weather. Now it's here. But then what happens? What really happens?
Come up to bash on the sun for a little bit.
Yeah, if April showers bring May flowers. Do you know what May flowers bring? Pilgrims. Pilgrims out. You know why the Romans closed the Colosseum? The lions were eating all the prophets. Linoleum blown apart. Alright, we're standing by. Republicans saw it open that the Democrats were not opposed to voter ID. Yesterday, they blocked off the Senate floor, number 2 Senate Democrat in Germany, Illinois. Basically told them the same thing. He said, Democrats support voter ID. So with that, Republicans then decided to offer the VR that gay is probably the best field of action. Voter rolls, not elected integrity, just voter ID. Why? Offered it up last night. John from Ohio offered it, asking for unanimous. But Jeff Berkeley, Oregon Democrat, he said they objected. So that's today, as we're speaking, the Senate is putting up another bill. This is the Homeland Security funding bill. So what happens is right now, the SAVE Act is on the floor. We have the bills on the floor. So, Democrats vote with Republicans on the Homeland Security funding bill. Then the SAVE Act, American Act, then put to the side. They're going to the Senate leadership. Republicans, they're going to have to bring it up again, maybe by the Senate, or have it vote, which they have the votes to do. But right now, it's sort of a fork in the road. I thought they had an opportunity to push almost a compromise for voter ID bills. The Democrats blocked it. But what you're seeing now is that...
Okay, yeah, I think we kind of saying the same thing because it was...
don't have legitimate arguments against voter election integrity. So instead of arguing the facts, they're arguing the process. And that's where we're at right now.
USB? Yeah, USB-C. You see me?
Well, some of the talk in the Senate, as I was wandering around the Capitol this week, was that they didn't want to ban President Trump's laws, but it was closer to the Democrat. Right. So where that mark was, so that last piece of the fence, that's why you left that post up. They had it. They had it. It was tied on like maybe this is from the house side, maybe like 5 of those like balusters or whatever towards my neighbor. So like definitely. Oh, they didn't do it. Only the 2 things in the Senate. Before you vote. So if the Democrats say we're done talking, then they go to a vote. So they're forcing the Democrats to talk. That's what I said. Oh. Okay. Okay. So the White House and Senate Republicans offer still some compromise on ICE officers identifying perhaps like a badge not really going to compromise on that. Okay. All right, that's great. No, that's not on that. As said,
Three more. 2 to 3 more we call it.
You can break this all down.
So yeah, all right, that's good. Right now, pretty much what I'm talking about.
That's about a 10-minute break.
Also, how the
We have Tara to blame.
You like how that color is?
So, Jimmy.
I didn't look at it. I've been at work.
I let him borrow the chair for a while.
That was the last video I shot.
How much more does John have done?
Probably only 20 on your time. I just said I could do. So you probably do 11.
Cool.
Have you,
Rabbit?
oh, so how long before we place it on the concrete? I was thinking about
A little more peaceful.
the hot tub. I mean, I wouldn't want to put it in so the pool has water in it, just so I make sure that nothing gets stirred up or nothing like that. But I think the guy said from when the time I tell him to okay, it's about 6 weeks. I got a feeling you probably can hit me up soon. You can hit me up and I said, look, don't even holler at me until we get warm outside because you can't do anything. I'm not in no really rush to get it because there's no electricity back there yet anyway, so is that all coming with the garage part? Me personally, I don't like them. Yeah, so
on the garage, I was just kind of looking at what he had done with the dirt. Do you think that's going to be a fairly straight drive in, or it looked like it's fairly flat? A little incline to the driveway. How much do you think? Like we said, there's much incline in the problem. I mean, it seems like it's fairly not perfectly flat out, but it seems like it's fairly, you know.
Yeah.
I guess that's something that I just want to double check once we say, hey, this is the actual. So do you think that's the actual level it's at now? I mean, I can just check it out. Because the concrete is actually going to be at that dirt level or a little higher. Like, do you dig out for the, like for the drive for the garage?
Sure. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Thank you so much.
I haven't seen any action out here all week, so.
Yeah, there's not going to be much today either.
All right, guys, we're getting ready to wrap this live stream up. President giving his remarks earlier. We just wrapped up about. Actually, we're going to do 2 more reports. They'll all be published on the channel. Todd and Brian working behind the scenes right now, getting all those segments created for you. Chad working behind the camera here on the live stream, making sure it's all working for you guys. Pretty uneventful day. I mean, we don't have any missiles coming from Iran, so I think that's a good thing. But the day is young, right? President Trump apparently in the Oval Office right now. The Marines are stationed at the West Wing door. So we're going to wrap up this stream. Thank you for watching this historic first for the Next News Network, live from the West Wing.